Gotta move the claw clip. If this is a women's video, then they'll know.
Coach Grace,
Coach Tom.
who is currently working out, lifting weights and such, tell me why it's important for women to do that.
Oh my gosh, where to begin? Okay, well, let's just start out with the obvious. Our periods, right? So if you don't lift weights, and you start, you are gonna notice a drastic improvement in your PMS symptoms, both emotionally and mentally, but also physically. So if you're someone who is prone to like heavy cramping, having a lot of pain around that time of the month, it's gonna get a lot better. And if you're someone who already works out, you have probably already noticed that if you're more on top of your program and being consistent with your workouts and progressing and lifting heavy, then you've already probably experienced this. Or if you have fallen off and had a couple bad periods, that could definitely be a culprit, because the stronger you are, the better your metabolism is, and everything from all the other benefits of lifting weights that we'll talk about in a minute. When all those pieces come together, it just really supports your overall hormonal function, so you're going to have less catastrophic periods. So, reason number one, if that's not enough, I don't know what else to tell you.
That was a unique answer so far.
Oh, perfect. Well, we'll keep going. Number two, if you plan to have children, or if you already have children, my guess is that you understand how pregnancy works and how long it takes and what it does to your body. And you need to be prepared for that. And that's only the beginning. Then you become a parent. And you need to not only, you need to set an example for your children, but you also need to be there and be strong and be healthy. You owe that to your children if you plan to have children. So lift weights, be strong. You need to be strong for that, both for the pregnancy and for the aftermath. Like I have an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old, and every single day we get out of bed by making sure like I can still lift them up out of bed, okay?
Yeah.
So that's like my rep every day, in addition to other lifting. But it's like, I want to be able to hold my kids for a long time, maybe not when they're teenagers, but like,
no,
I just want to have
way.
that strength, for sure. That's really important to me, and for them to see me being strong like that. And pregnancy is no joke. Yes, it's a very natural thing. We've all gotten here via pregnancy, but it takes a toll on your body, and again, you want that to be a good experience. You want your postpartum period to be a good experience, so stay strong throughout it. Contrary to popular belief, there's no reason you can't lift weights during your pregnancy, assuming that you have a normal, safe, healthy pregnancy. Okay, here's number two. So number three, bone density. So women are much more likely to suffer from osteoporosis, and lifting weights is the best thing you can do to prevent osteoporosis, along with a healthy diet. But lifting weights is going to increase your bone mineral density, and it's going to keep you less prone to succumbing to that very likely female condition later in life. Reason number four, later in life. Like science is always finding ways to try to keep us alive longer, but not necessarily improving our quality of life. So if you want to live a long life, if you are working your butt off right now just to retire and have a miserable, unhealthy life where your biggest thing that you do in a day is make sure you got all your meds down, and then you sit and watch, I don't know, what's on nowadays? Is Price is Right still on? Jeopardy? I don't even know.
I think it might be.
But like, I don't know about you guys, and no offense if that's your thing, but it's not mine. Like well, I don't plan to retire because I love my work too much, but I plan to do things when I'm 80, 90, 100, and enjoy those things and be able-bodied to do those things. So I hope you do too, and I hope that's enough reason. Let's see, what else? I mean, it's just gonna make activities of daily living easier. The sooner you get on it, the better control you'll have over your overall weight. You're gonna have better metabolism. You're gonna reduce injuries. Like everyone's gonna get injured, because right now, me saying that, people who work out regularly are probably like, well, I just got hurt, and I just hurt myself the other day too. But you know what? You bounce back faster, and you're going to get injured either way. Like our bodies are gonna break down. Entropy is always working in the universe to try to break our bodies down, and we need to constantly fight that. So if you just sit there and do nothing, you're going to atrophy and you're going to die. So fight it, do something about it. Yeah, so your body, you're gonna get injured either way, whether you lift weights or not. But if you are strong and able-bodied, you're gonna recover a lot faster and have overall improved function of your entire body as entropy and age just try to break you down. Don't let them. Disease prevention, it is like the cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer still, despite whatever the news might be telling you today. It's still the #1 killer, and there's a lot of stuff you can do to prevent that. So do it. Lift weights is what I meant. And then mental health, didn't talk about that one yet. Mental health. That's actually one of the like biggest reasons I do it. I should say that. I love all the reasons. But it is a hugely beneficial strategy for combating mental health. Isn't it, Morgan?
Yeah, she's learning young, this little lady.
Don't fall off the
She'll be
bench.
lifting weights. She already kind of is.
Serious.
Yeah.
Do you want to show them how girls lift weights?
Yeah. Yeah.
You did it. We're going
Yeah, you did it.
You did it. Oh, thank you. Is that heavy? Okay, thank you.
You've given me a lot.
Lift weights?
Yes, thank you, Grace.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to say this. If I had $1 for every time a woman told me, I don't really want to lift weights because I'm going to get bulky,
Ooh,
I
there's
would
the one.
I'd be so rich. So you guys, I'm sorry. It just doesn't work that way. I don't even care. Don't tell me that your genetics work that way because my genetics work that way. I do put on muscle easily. I know that. I don't know. Maybe I'm super bulky and I just don't know it, but I don't think I'm super bulky.
You're
But-
just perfect. That's what you
and
are.
I wish I had my client Kathy here because she's just this little teeny tiny petite thing, strong as bull.
As strong as bull.
And she lifts so heavy. And if you looked at her, if anyone tells me she's bulky, I'm gonna be like, she's gonna think you're dumb because she would like to have more muscle than she has.
I'll throw
but-
in some footage of her.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
got
we
some.
should. She's a beast. And she's just tiny and she lifts so heavy. So you guys, lift heavy. Take care of your bodies, take care of your mind, take care of your periods, and lift your weights. I'm back. I had afterthoughts, and Tom said that he would insert them for me if I sent them to him. So, reason number 11, I don't know what number I'm on anymore, but next reason, ladies, why you should lift weights. Nothing against men, but lift weights and get strong so you don't need a man. I love men. They're like these wondrous, amazing, silly creatures. But you should never need one. Like if you want one, that's fine. But if you're a strong, independent woman, not with a man, and you outsource a lot of your tasks to a man due to lack of strength, boo. And if you're married and you outsource a lot of tasks to your husband due to lack of strength, boo. I mean, there should be teamwork, but like you should be able to do things. I'm at a point in life where I've seen a lot of women lose their husbands because if you are married, you're probably going to outlive your spouse. Talking to the women. Like you're just gonna you have a longer life expectancy than your male counterpart. And so it's really sad to see women lose their husbands and then be like, it sounds mean, but like incapable of doing a lot of things. Like be strong enough that you can lift a heavy bin and put it on a shelf up overhead if you had to. Don't need to wait for a man to do that. Be able to change your tire, lift your tire up onto your car. Be able to carry heavy things up and down stairs. Be able to step onto a ladder. Like, just if there's things that you know you're gonna have to be able to do for a long time, and you don't want to be waiting around for someone else to do them, then keep yourself strong enough to be able to do those things. Like, be strong, okay? And then 11B or whatever number we're on. Again, nothing against men, love men, but some of them aren't so wondrous, amazing, and silly. Some of them suck, and you never know when you're gonna have to fight one off or run from one. So be strong enough to be able to do that, unfortunately, but it's a reality of being a woman. Be strong enough to do that, okay? All right, and this is not really a reason why you should lift weights, but this is just a perspective check if you're not currently lifting weights, because the most common reason we hear from women is that they don't have the time, the energy, or the money. So I'm just gonna put a challenge out there that you look at your life and consider how much time, energy, and money you spend on your hair, nails, eyelashes, eyebrows, tattoos, you name it, hair extensions, I don't know. There's so many things. I don't really do any of that stuff, so I don't know, but like, if you do that stuff, more power to you. I am 100% on board with all you girls, ladies, doing whatever it is that makes you feel good. Do it up. However, put the same amount of time, energy, and money into your health, your body, and your strength, and your longevity. Because I don't care how cute you look and how much Botox you get and all that. If you're just sitting on the couch half dead, what's the point? So, take care of your body, first and foremost. I think I have now officially shared all of my thoughts and passions about women making sure that you are strong emotionally, mentally, physically.
Lift your weights.
Carissa, please enlighten the people. Why should women lift weights?
Everyone should lift weights, but
Yep.
women should or could lift weights. One, to prevent injuries. I think that's a big one.
Yep.
Or if you do get injured, being able to recover faster
Yes.
is a lot easier when you lift weights and you're strong. Otherwise, if there's like a specific body shape you're after, that's a lot easier to get to if you're lifting weights versus cardio and others. I don't do a lot of other workouts, but yeah. So that's why I lift weights. It's a big one.
Those are all great reasons.
Yeah.
Do you think it helps with some other activities too that you might want to?
Definitely.
Yes.
Broom ball season, like I said, is canceled because of the warm weather right now, but my first and only game of the season, I kicked butt
Yes, right.
compared to previous years where I wasn't lifting.
Look at that.
Was able to run faster, farther, hit the ball harder. So yeah, a lot of benefits.
Carissa, you get an A+.
Yay!
Thank you for the wisdom. For the
Gotta move the claw clip. If this is a women's video, then they'll know.
Chris understands.
And me.
Yeah. Fran, I wanted to ask you why you think it might be important for women to lift weights. What value do you see in lifting weights?
We all need to be strong and have a good core for overall health. I think it helps all your innards work better. And yeah, that's basically, and it's not just to look muscular or whatever, just important to be strong.
Yeah, strong and capable. Capable in your day-to-day, right?
Right, yeah, and able to do things, just everyday things without pain.
Oh, yeah, great point.
Yeah.
Great point.
And I used to think that would cause pain doing the weights, but well, it is at first. It does seem like it's crazy, but after a while, it seems like normal behavior.
Right. It's all about the adaptation in the end.
Yeah.
We're very adaptive creatures,
Yeah.
and that's one of the main points behind working out is to adapt to the stressors. Hunter, my boy, tell the people why it's important for women to lift weights.
Well, women are human.
Yes.
All humans should lift weights.
Great answer so
Except for
far.
maybe like infants from like 0 to maybe 5.
Fair.
I don't know.
Fair.
But, women specifically though, if you look at like women, I think I've kind of mentioned that I'm going to school for functional medicine, stuff like that, more like functional health stuff. With women, you see a lot more like anxiety issues, more prone to osteoporosis, osteopenia, stuff like that. Just weak bones, poor kind of estrogen, due to like estrogen issues usually. And then like women just typically have a lower muscle mass, or comparatively to like body fat and stuff. So with lifting weights, we see reductions in things like anxiety, depression, all that kind of stuff, which again, is a little bit higher in individuals that are born female, right? We also see, like I said, with the weakened bones, the best thing that you can do, rebound is good, like jumping on trampolines and stuff like that, but the best thing that you can do, in my opinion, is just resistance training. Stimulating the bones, stimulating the muscles to heavy load is probably the best thing that you can do to build stronger bones. And if you can do that when you're young and healthy, you can prevent osteoporosis in the future. If you do have osteoporosis, you can potentially slow down how fast it's going to get worse, or maybe even reverse it a little bit. And then lastly, again, women have a little bit less lean tissue typically to start with. One of the things that we see as individuals get older is regression in the amount of muscle mass that they have. And we see that more with women just because they have a lower muscle mass starting point, right? Makes kind of sense. You have less to start from, you lose it quicker, or your reserves go down quicker, right? So if you can build that up when you're in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, then as you continue to lose muscle, not only will you lose muscle slower, if you're training in the gym, you'll have a bigger reserve or a bigger bucket, I guess, that you can pull from. And then you're less likely to have issues like not being able to walk, not being able to pick up your grandkids or your kids and all that kind of stuff. And then, like I said, everybody, I think, no matter if you're male, female, whatever, should lift weights just for the health benefits. And if I can throw one more in, actually,
Yes.
sorry, with
Oh, of
women.
course,
I think
of
the
course.
big issue with women in fitness, and hopefully, what we do changes that. I mean, on the other side of this wall, we have a sign that just says lift.
Yes.
We are believers in lifting weights, but with the culture of like going to the gym, we see women going to yoga, Pilates, spin classes, HIIT classes, all this kind of stuff. None of this stuff is bad, but that's not the only thing that you can do.
Right.
And it's not the only thing that you should be doing, because none of these things are really building muscle, and they're probably adding to more anxiety, potentially not helping you build more lean tissue, and not really helping with bone mass all that much. And yoga, flexibility is okay, but getting in the gym and gaining mobility, being able to get into like a position with load is going to be much more beneficial for your health. So
Sure.
the culture of like women and going to the gym and doing these spin classes and all that kind of stuff, I think should shift to more lifting weights. So that's why women should lift weights.
Yes. What do you say
2
to
to
the
3
women
days.
who are afraid of getting too bulky?
Oh man. Well, I've been working out for like 12 years, 13, 14, 15, something, a long time, trying to get as bulky as possible. And I don't look bulky, and I'm a man with male testosterone, DHEA, and all that kind of stuff, right? And if you're that rare female that maybe has more like androgens or something like that, and you build muscle more easily, good for you. You could just cut back the amount of lifting you do. Or like, if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't like how like bulky I am. And again, you'd be like that 1 in maybe 1,000, maybe 1 in 1 million. Like, it's very small amount. Like, go to a bodybuilding show and see how many women look bulky.
Right.
Usually they're very small. There might be like 1 or 2 bodybuilders. And again, they probably have more like higher androgens, just naturally. Or potentially maybe they're on steroids.
Sure.
Right? But yeah, like, no. You're going to train, if you train consistently, 4, 5, 6 times a week, maybe you'll look a little bit more muscular, but I don't think you're even going to have an issue with it. And if you did, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years from now, just train a little bit less and you'll be fine.
Right.
Or just, don't go into the gym and like, oh, I'm going to like tone up by doing high repetitions. No. Train with hypertrophy rep ranges, anywhere from like 5 all the way up to potentially 30, but lift heavy. You're not going to get bulky. You don't have male level of hormones. Like, your testosterone is a fraction of what a male's would be, typically, healthy individuals, right? So no, I don't think you have to worry about getting bulky, and it's literally gonna like add shape into the right places. Into the glutes, into the legs, into the shoulders, all that kind of stuff. You're not gonna like build a bulky waist unless you're maybe doing like side bends with 100-pound dumbbells like every single day or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, I've been aspiring to get bulky, and I haven't been able to get there myself yet. And I'm a male, like I said, so it's very hard to do.
Yeah, it's a very interesting misconception that it's just like, oh, I'm going to the gym now, and therefore I could just get bulky. It's like, it doesn't happen by accident,
I mean, my client who got her pro card in the IPE for natural bodybuilding as a bikini competitor, she competed at like 110 pounds. Like, do you think a 110-pound female looks bulky? No. She looked toned, lean, defined, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I posted photos of her, and people were like coming out like, oh, we want to get coaching by you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you don't think she looks bulky? And she trains 5 to 6 days per week, 1 hour up to an hour and a half long sessions. And she did that for like 4 or 5 years at the time, and has been doing it even longer. And she weighs like 117 right now or something. Like, no. You're not going to get all that bulky, sadly.
Right.
But,
well, no, yeah, I mean, if that was like your hope is to get bulky, then it's like, you might have some stuff to learn about how it all works, right?
And be careful, because a lot of these, you see a lot of like influencers and all this kind of stuff. I can promise you, if they're not doing regular shows that are drug tested, like real drug tested shows, which are the ones that Tom and I have always competed in, they're the ones that I do judging for, they're the ones that most of my clients do. A majority of those females that you see on social media are probably on some steroids, so it causes a lot of issues, because they might look unattainable, which make people, make other females like, oh, I don't want to have to put all that work in because I'll never get there. Or it's like, oh, I don't want to start lifting weights, I'll look like that person, where that person has probably lifted weights for 10, 20 years. They do all kinds of different steroids. They have more steroids or more hormones in their body than I do, or Tom does right now, and they're females. So be careful with who you're looking at, and also remember with social media, a lot of times, we're a little bit more realistic community, but a lot of times you'll see the 1 in 1 million, the best of the best.
Yes.
So you're not going to see all the other, 900 plus thousand that are like average looking individuals. You're going to see the ones that look the best because they get the most followers typically. And stuff like
Absolutely.
that. So, and again, there is steroids. A lot of movie actors, actors, a lot of social media people, all that kind of stuff are on the good
Athletes
stuff.
too.
Athletes, yeah.
Yes.
Totally. They're on the good stuff. So.
Well, thank you,
Not
Hunter.
creatine.
Not
Not creatine. Maybe creatine additionally.
Yeah,
but
creatine additionally, but not just
Creatine
creatine.
is not a steroid, by the way.
No, it is not.
It's
Creatine is
within-
beneficial for all.
And it's within foods. So.
That's right. Thank you, Hunter. Appreciate you, man.
You're welcome.
Laura, you are a woman, and therefore I would love to hear your thoughts on why you think it's valuable for women to lift weights.
Personally, I like to lift weights, so if I ever get challenged to arm wrestling, I'll win.
That's right.
Just kidding. That's not the only reason. I mean, part of the reason. I just want to be strong and healthy, and I like the whole functional living aspect of it, where I don't need to ask someone for help. If I need to go to the store and get a 50-pound bag of salt for my driveway, I can pick it up myself. When we're carpet cleaning, I can move my steel frame couch by myself.
Right.
I'm really independent, so I like to be able to do things on my own. So working out and lifting weights allows me to do this stuff myself without needing help. On top of, I want to set a good example for my kids, and I just want to be strong and healthy.
That's beautiful. That was a perfect answer. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
Monica with the pink Crocs. Tell the people, why is it important for women to lift weights?
Because you can get much stronger. 7 years ago I started lifting weights. I lost 45 pounds. I was the tiniest I was even before high school,
Right
which was
there.
awesome.
Yeah.
I feel stronger. I have more energy. I can throw my kid around,
Hey!
play with him. I don't know, you have more energy. Playing sports, I feel stronger.
There you go, the carryover, yes.
Yeah, I was lifting weights during pregnancy, which was awesome.
Yes, you were.
So,
Yes, you were.
I
training
was
with me.
working out the day before I gave birth.
Yes. That is, see, and there's probably a lot of people out there who don't think that's even possible, but
No, it was crazy. I was able to play volleyball until 8 months pregnant too. So
that's amazing.
And that was all because of working out. I didn't have any back pain all of pregnancy.
Yes.
So
These are all great reasons.
Yeah.
Thank you, Monica.
Yeah.
Very much appreciated.
thanks, Tim.